Turn to the runway, then a left turn and a left downwind. Cessna over the threshold, coming up on the white dot, at or beyond the white dot, left turn first available. I got a high wind coming up on about a half-mile final, clear to land at or beyond. Traffic on the left face, you're following a Cessna down, low off your left. Square it up just a little bit, and then we're going to get you in. Start your descent, though. Start your descent on the base. Traffic on final, give me follow on base. Base traffic, start turning toward the numbers now. High wing coming up on quarter-mile final, take it all the way down to the green. Cessna taxiing on the green, expedite down to the next hard surface. Get me some speed, there you go, 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 go fast. This is going to be good. I got traffic on a mile final. You're following traffic ahead and to your right. High wing coming up on the threshold. Take it all the way down to the green dot.
5 Charlie Sierra, 2 mile final.
A mile final, turn north, and we're going to just make you, we're going to bring you back around. Jet traffic's coming up on about a mile and a half final. Runway 9er clear to land.
Okay, all right, let's listen up, guys. If you're on final for runway 9, I want you offset to the left. I got a jet that's landing on runway 9. The jet's cleared to land runway 9 if you can make it. If not, just continue straight ahead. It looks like you're going around for the jet. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
Oh, we had one right in front of us, sir.
Dragger. Let's see, what we got, a tricycle, put it down, tricycle, put it down, tricycle, put it down. Tail dragger, down to the green dot, then a left turn. Short final here, you cleared land on 9 all the way to the white dot, go down to the white dot. Find somebody to follow out here. Canard, just come to the runway and I might have to just send you around. That'll be fine. And for the jet, you just want to stay in this pattern or you want to go back out for an instrument approach?
Stay in a pattern, Charlie Sierra.
All right, just stay with me here for a minute. And my tail dragger, let's see, over the numbers, go down to the green. And Canard's going to have to go around. Canard, go around. Canard, go around. Canard, go around. And my high wing here over the runway, keep it airborne. Keep it airborne. You do not descend. Do not descend. You got a fast guy behind you. Do not descend. There you go. Keep it airborne. Keep it airborne. As soon as the guy behind you gets slowed down, I'm going to put you down. So keep it airborne. The one that just passed the white dot, make a left turn on the hard surface. All right, my high wing tail dragger, you can put it down now. You can put it down now. And Charlie Sierra, let me get you about a mile off. Let's see, Charlie Sierra, I lost. There you are. Make a left-hand turn. I'll try to resequence you here on the downwinds. We'll see how it looks. Short final, you're clear to land runway 9 on the white dot. Clear to land on the white dot. There you go. And the tricycle left on the hard surface and follow the flagman. Welcome. Thanks for being part of the show. And let's see, just find somebody to follow out follow on the final. And as you get close to the runway, if it's not going to work, we're going to send you around and then try to resequence you. Now, who else got sent around that's not back on the downwind? The Canard?
Yeah, Canard.
All right, Canard, there's a Gulfstream up there that went around too. I just lost sight of him, but you're going to make kind of a left-hand turn and stay low. I think Charlie Sierra, what's your altitude?
3,200.
Okay, that'll be fine. Just maintain VFR. I don't know what else is up there above you. Probably most everybody's down here, so just make a left-hand turn. We'll try to get you back here.
Canard's got the jet in tight.
Okay, the RV, maybe an RV-10, whatever, you're on final. Keep your speed up and go all the way down to the, aim for the green dot for me. Actually, keep your speed up. There's a guy behind you. Aim for the green dot, and I'm sure that's plenty of room for you to land on runway 9. You're clear to land on runway 9. Number 2, you're going to go down to the white dot. Follow the white dot. Actually, you know what? That's 1,500 feet. You're going to land at the white dot. The spacing looks adequate here. 2 guys on final. You're kind of tight there. Keep each other in sight, and you're going to aim for the white dot. If it's not going to work, we'll come up with a plan B. We might have to send you around. The second guy behind you out there in about a 2-mile final. Are you slow enough to be able to follow that guy in front of you? You need to go around. Well, I probably shouldn't ask that because I had about 5 guys answer me, so I should know better than that. After 35 years, you would think, right? All right, so let me see. The guy who's number 1, it's number 1. What kind of airplane is he? An RV type. All right, RV type. Keep it airborne for me. Keep it airborne. And I got a fast guy behind you. The number 2 guy over the trees there. Go ahead and put it down on the numbers. Put it down on the numbers. My first guy just coming up on the numbers at the over the grass at the numbers. I want you to keep it.
T-minus 1 minute and counting.
Hello.
Four, three, two, one.
Hello.
Hello,
Oh,
Merry
sorry.
Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho. How you all doing? And welcome everybody who has joined us for tonight's live stream. Tonight is a special live stream. Not only is there the normal live stream, but there is the Flyer Giant Christmas quiz where there are reputations at stake out there. Plus, I've got a bunch of pop-up prizes ready to hand out to people. Well, not literally hand out. I'll post them anyway. You know what I mean. So, what have we got? Who's got the musical ears, or is that your?
Okay.
Nice one, Dave.
There's always one who shows up.
There is always. It's looking a bit Rudolph there, isn't it? A little bit warm.
Yes.
What's this jumper?
That'll be the jumper.
Heat stroke indoor, sir. Anyway, so what have we got tonight? Well, we're going to kick off with a bit of weather. So we're going to look, and Simon and his antlers are going to give us a weather guide for the weekend and maybe tell us if we're going to have a white Christmas or not. Then we're going to have a canter through the news, of which there's actually quite a bit, but we'll try and canter it through. And then we're going to get to the main event of the night, which is the quiz. Between now and then, if you can, get yourself a piece of paper and a pen. We'll mark the quiz at the end, and the spot prizes we'll come to the rules about the quiz shortly. Anyway, before that, let's move over to Simon to tell us about the weather. Simon, tell us.
All right, Ian, I'll tell you. Is this what happens when you get rejected from Santa's workshop? Don't we look like we've all been booted out from the job application? Anyway, this is how things look. I tell you what, Ian, let's start off, if we can, with the Christmas Eve chart. Can we do it in that order or not? Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so this is the chart for Christmas Eve, and this is a northerly wind blowing through the country on Christmas Eve. It actually looks like we could get some of the white stuff, particularly across northern and eastern parts of Scotland, down eastern coast of the country. And it also looks actually as if we could see some snow showers perhaps across northern and eastern areas on Christmas Day as well. Now, this is great news for flying because that northerly flow is on a polar maritime flow. And that means that we get good visibility between the showers. Average cloud base is about 2,500 to 3,000 feet, tops about 10 to 12,000 feet. So actually it looks fairly decent for flying on Thursday and Friday, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Just got to watch those snow showers in the east. Should say Christmas Eve in the far south. You can see there plenty of rain around, and I think that will tend to turn to sleet and snow across the far southeast and the far south of England, but elsewhere Christmas Eve is looking pretty good. And as I say, Christmas Day, bright, crisp, and even, you might say. So yeah, Christmas at the moment, not looking bad, eh? So let's come back to this weekend. If you've got plans for flying this weekend, again, it's not actually looking that bad a weekend. I think Saturday's going to be quite breezy. Notice the isobars close together there, and those sort of messy fronts out towards the west. Important part of that is that we've got some showers affecting western areas during the course of Saturday. One or two of those could be quite heavy. Eastern parts, though, staying dry, but that southwest wind gusting up to about 20-25 knots. So some crosswind issues potentially there, and bases of around 2,500 to 3,000 feet, tops at about 12 to 15,000 feet on Saturday. But good visibility away from the showers. For Sunday, this is how things look on Sunday. If we can flip.
I know.
Oh, look at that. You can't get the staff, can you? Can't get the staff. But anyway, this is what Sunday looks like. Showers out towards the west again. Less of them than on Saturday. Good visibility. It looks like sunny spells for most of us. We'll be able to fly around those showers. And very, very few showers in the east. So actually east better than west on Sunday. But even in the west, yes, a few showers around, but nothing too bad. And we're looking at bases about 3,500 feet. Tops up at about 10 to 12,000 feet. So actually, Sunday's looking pretty good as well. So all in all, you know what? That's not a bad weather forecast, is it really?
It's not bad at all. Thank you very much for that, Simon.
See, I do. I ordered it specially for you as a Christmas gift from me.
Oh, yours is in the post.
Yeah, I know that.
Excellent. Dave, do you want to run us through the news? Take us for a little canter.
Yes, well, is that what reindeer do, canter? Anyway, so we've got to be quick because of that big quiz. So the first story is about avgas. There's been a rate of duty increase sneaked through in a rather strange little debate about some little bill. And it's not very much. It's 1.35. It appears 1.35% per litre. It appears to be something to do with levelling up Northern Ireland and England. Next, moving on. Zero Avia That's a UK company. Well, it is now. And they have already test flown this Piper Malibu with a hydrogen fuel cell electric propulsion system. They've just had 3 announcements in a row, tying up the British Airways, a lot of money from the British government, a lot of money from other investors, including Bill Gates, to take it forwards into a regional airliner. So that's quite exciting. It's all happening at Cranfield.
Dave, before we go on, the name Zero Avia, is that short for Zero Aviation, which is tends to be what happens at Cranfield, given that they close it most of the time?
I couldn't possibly comment, Ian, on that.
Zero emissions, I think.
Oh, I thought it was Zero Aviation, and sorry. Okay. Sorry.
I see where you're coming from.
Okay. Oh dear. Piper have just received certification with this. This is the Pilot 100i. It's their entry-level trainer aircraft, fitted with a very nice panel. Slightly strange. It was announced at Sun and Fun that's a very nice panel. It was announced at Sun and Fun in April 2019 with a Continental engine, but somehow during the year and a bit since, it's turned into a Lycoming engine. So anyway, they've also got their first customer, an American flight school called American Flyers. And there it is. It comes in at just under $300,000, which apparently is a bargain price for a trainer aircraft.
I'm gonna disagree with you slightly while I'm in upsetting everybody mode. I don't mean to upset people. When I think that's a very nice panel in as much as it's got some very nice equipment in it, but it doesn't look to me like it's been anywhere near an industrial designer. It looks like it's been someone going, let's cut some holes in there and put these square boxes in. But anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
So I'll continue my run of upsetting people. Who's next?
Well, the next story is about upsetting a whole bunch of people. This is a story about Retford Gamston Airport, which it's been under threat. About a year ago, the local council wanted to build a garden village on it. That's now disappeared, but instead, a company called, an organisation called Thatcham Research, which does things like crash testing of vehicles and so on. They want to build a test track on the main runway and take up a bulk of the hangars for a passive test centre. Basically, it would decimate the possibility of aviation at Retford Gamston. I've always known it as Gamston, don't know you? Anyway, it would decimate the possibility of aviation at Gamston, which is stupid because it's an active, very busy airfield with great facilities in a place where there's not a huge number of alternatives. And it would just be, why choose that airfield? It can only surmise, we're judging by what's happened with the previous planning application, is that the owners really want to get rid of it. So they're just basically taking any offer.
And there's lots of other ex-airfield around the country where there's plenty of vehicle testing going on. Exactly.
And Thatcham are based near Thatcham in Berkshire, which is why they're called that. And there's a whole bunch of there's the old Aldermaston airfield is pretty much intact, and that's there. There's loads of places they could go. They don't have to take on an active, busy, licensed airfield like Gamston.
Yeah. Great restaurant in Gamston.
That one really winds me up. Anyway.
Crankshafts.
Moving on. Not so superior. This is the story of... or perhaps I should let you tell this, Ed, since it's so personal.
Well, you should probably... You've got the details in front of you, but I'll add a little bit.
So basically, there's an airworthiness directive affecting crankshafts, a certain number of crankshafts produced by Superior Air Parts. Some of them went into Superior's own engines. Some of them went into Lycoming engines. It actually affects only about 192 aircraft. Some of them are certificated aircraft. Some of them are experimental. And basically, you've got to take the crankshaft out within a very short space of time and replace it and get it, with a different crankshaft. The estimated cost by the FAA is $15,000. That's probably optimistic, but so the reason why I pointed it over to Ed is that this is his engine in his Vans RV8s. So Ed.
Yes, and sadly the our crankshaft is one of those that falls inside this this batch. Seems like the FAA have identified a defective layer in the crank. So so at the moment it looks like it's going to be engine out and crank out, and lots of other people. This is hitting the home built community quite heavily because Superior is a popular choice for particularly for RVs. But I can advise that the cost estimate is somewhere close on the mark if you put a pound sign in front of it, because we've been talking to a few people this week about how we go forward and rectify it. Certainly in our case, it's not cheap. So
okay, another airfield story. This time it's about Chowgrove in South Oxfordshire. Look at that and you think, oh, that's Greenbelt territory, isn't it? How can they build there? But it turns out they are. They've been told to by the government to get on with it because they need a lot more housing in Chowgrove. You saw that picture before. This is what it's going to look like. Most of the airfield has disappeared under a brand new town, but there is that little strip at the top, and that is there because, which is not there in the original. Somehow they're rebuilding a brand new runway. Which seems a bit crazy.
So you build on a runway and then build a new runway.
Exactly. Yes. How much money is this going to cost? Anyway, the reason they're doing that is because a company called Martin Baker, who make ejection seats, they've been based at Childgrove for ages, for years, and they want to stay there because they've got a whole bunch of buildings and things that operate there. The other thing that Childgrove used to be, I used to live around the corner to Childgrove, that's why I know it so well. And the other thing about Childgrove is we always thought it was secret squirrel. Aeroplanes landing in the middle of the night with no lights and that sort of thing. So it's a bit of a mystery, Childgrove. Anyway, that's what it's going to look like in 10 years' time.
That'll be nice for the residents.
Yeah. Yes, if you look at the new town, then look a bit. There's a road that runs between the new town and the old village. The old village is a lovely old village, and they're really, well, you can imagine, a bit upset.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just pick up on something in the comments. Carol De Solis pointed out, it's like she's said APPGA, they'll save us, and it's interesting to point out that APPGA have probably presided over more airfield closures and more threats and problems in their short time than any other assistance group. So come on, APPG.
Who action is required. That would struggle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay, move along. We've got to get through these quite quickly. A Czech company called Bristol, not Bristol. This is their new aircraft, the B-23. It looks very much like the old aircraft, which was, it looks like this, basically a two-seat, low-wing aircraft. But they've remade it completely, and they've now certified it to full type certification for CS23, and which means they can do flight training and all sorts of things with it. These two aircraft in particular are going off to Germany. It's really very well equipped, and I forgot to send you, Ian, the picture of the cockpit, which shows a really lovely aircraft inside. I mean, it's a nice aircraft and well made, but it's now got full EASA type certification, whereas before it was just a light sport aircraft.
Is it lovely in the same way that the Piper cockpit is lovely, or is it lovelier?
Much nicer.
Much lovelier.
Yeah, and those German machines they're certified at 600 kg, aren't they, for microlight?
Not absolutely certain about that, Ed. No.
Okay.
Because that's the other aircraft that Bristol are working on, the B8, the high wing one. That's the one they're aiming to get in the 600 kilogram microlight market. This one is the trainer aimed at flight schools, really.
Of course. Yeah. Sorry, you're right.
Yep. Interestingly, it's got quite a decent payload, and you can fill up full of fuel, 120 litres, and still get two big people in there and a bit of luggage. So it's built for Americans, really. Sorry. Moving on now, Gloucester Airport. it's been going through a lot in the last couple of years, but they've now got the go ahead and the finance. I think that's right, isn't it? They've got the go ahead and the finance to resurface the runway. Any of us know any more about that than I do? So I've only just picked up on it today.
They're resurfacing 0422, aren't they?
And I think 27, I think.
Yeah, which is fantastic news. So
yeah, I think it's a long and complicated story, and there are varying views. But I think the fact that someone's investing some money in an airfield is great. If it's a military airfield, you'd expect it to be closing soon after they're spending the money on it, because I think that's what they do, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it isn't. So hopefully it'll be around for years to come. And Gloucester is a fantastic little airfield anyway.
Yeah. Another fantastic little airfield, but unfortunately not with such a good story, is Maypole in Kent. It's a really beautiful little place. I've flown in there several times, and it's been welcoming. It's lovely. It's a great place to see Kent from. The lovely county of Kent, I would add. And but unfortunately, it's going to close in January. We haven't always been so generous about Kent. So anyway, it's closing in January, which is a bit of a shame. But the owners who have run it for the last 20 years, they need to move on with their lives, and they've sold it. It did go on sale during the summer. It was quite a decent sum of money, and now apparently the new owners who are taking charge in January don't want to keep it open as an airfield. They've got other plans. You've got something to say about that, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, I've been speaking to the residents at Maypole, and clearly there's why is there that echo? Where's that coming from? I can't hear it. Anyway, so the residents at Mayfield are not over the moon. Clearly, they're losing a home, which is fantastic. Nice little airfield, and they had a really good little community there, which is a good thing. But I've seen the solicitor's letter which they got, and I guess everyone accepts that the people who own the airfield can, it's their airfield. They can sell it. They can move on. There's no big issue. Well, they're completely within their rights. Unfortunately, this letter came through on the 10th of December and basically said the airfield's closing in a month on the 10th of January. So the problem being that's kind of combined Christmas, it's kind of combined bad weather, it's combined wet and soggy runways, it's combined COVID, it's combined the whole areas in tier 3, none of which makes it easier to move all of your stuff out. And as the solicitor's letter makes clear, please ensure that all of your belongings and any of your rubbish are removed from the airfield. Any items remaining at the airfield on the 11th of January 2021 will be deemed to have been abandoned by you, and our clients will dispose of them as they see fit, which is, pretty harsh. If you've been there for a long, long time and you suddenly find yourself at quite possibly the worst time of year with a pandemic and bad weather and soggy runways, I believe there are going to be people who are going to have to remove their aircraft on lorries. So that's going to be a awkward, expensive move, and I don't know who the new owners are or what their plans are, but I think it's fair to say that they almost certainly don't include aviation in their plans. But who knows? So and then of course, even more importantly for the long term, really, is the fact that we're losing yet another airfield, another gem of an airfield that we could, that's what we. Aviation needs a couple of things to survive. It needs pilots, we need new pilots, and we need airfields. Without those two, it's kind of forget it. And so losing that airfield and making it tough for that community at a tough time of year is not a great thing. Anyway, let's move on from that.
Okay. Well, the good news is, and we'd like to end on a bit of good news, is that the Plymouth City Council have applied to you remember the government's Airfield Development Fund. They've applied to that for some help in reopening Plymouth Airport. Now, that's a really good thing, because Plymouth Airport is in a bit of a empty spot for airfields. It's got Bolthead just to the south, but otherwise you've got to go all the way to Bodmin or to Exeter before you find a good hard runway. Bodmin's not hard, but anyway. But you've got to go away before you find a decent airfield. So it'd be really good if Plymouth Airport was to reopen. Part of it is down to the fact that the company that took over Plymouth Airport, Sutton Harbour Group, and they're the ones who closed it and wanted to build a garden village instead. They've been through some things themselves. They've got a new owner, and they're deciding to concentrate on the waterfront development in Plymouth instead. So Sutton Harbour is actually the name of a waterfront part of Plymouth, so it makes sense they're going to reconcentrate their efforts somewhere else. Anyway, so good news. That's the end of the news tonight.
Excellent. Well, let's have let's hope that Plymouth opens. Just a quick reminder before we move to the quiz that on the 30th of December we'll have there isn't a live stream next week, so you can all wrap your presents and drink your eggnog and stuff like that. But the week after that, on the 30th, we'll have the Flyer Team Review of the Year, where we'll look back on what has been a very interesting year, shall we say. Right, on to the quiz, the moment you've all been waiting for. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to read the questions. The questions have all got pictures, videos, or audio things. If the videos are short, I may play them twice. Put the right number, put the answer down, and then we'll come back afterwards and answer the questions, and we'll trust you to mark them yourselves. We've got a tiebreaker if there's a tie at the end of it. And there's a bunch of spot prizes, so we'll have some spot prizes. And when it comes to the spot prizes, please write your answer in the notes, in the comments, and the first person to write the correct answer in there wins what is an amazing set of prizes, thanks to our very good friends at Coolies who sent us a few bits and pieces. So there you go. Right, let's kick this off with, there's going to be some IT challenges here, clearly, because, you know, it's just hard stuff, isn't it? So, first question.
We should probably warn viewers that this is the extended live stream, so if anyone's thinking that it's all going to end in 4 minutes.
Yes, we're going to end this when we get round to ending it, okay? So there's only 20 questions, so it shouldn't take too long. So question number 1. Identify this airplane, please. Should be an easy one to start with. So what do you reckon that is? Da, da, da.
We need like a countdown timer for this.
We do need a countdown timer. I was a little bit hesitant about using the countdown timer because I thought
you probably
using it would get us a copyright strike or something. So
yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. That's the first one, and the second one is the first of our spot prizes. So Ed, if you want to get ready, and the spot prize for this is
just to remind people, if you I think it's write your answers down on a piece of paper, not put your answers in the comments for the photos. It's only comments in the answers in the comments for the spot prizes.
Yes, there you go. So we got their first spot prize. The first spot prize is a pack of 5 fantastic Flyer branded oil funnels, so you can put them in, or trumpets for partridge.
I was going to say, is that some kind of Flyer kazoo?
It is a Flyer, because that's the word I was trying to remember. So ready with your keyboards, please. And what's this aeroplane?
I can't play this because I took the photo.
Okay, are we getting anyone entering in that one?
Well, due to the unique way that the internet runs, we have a little bit of lag.
Okay.
Gosh. Keep guessing your biplanes.
Oh, no, Adrian Norris looks like he's got it close.
Close?
Oh, yes. No. We have a winner. Adrian Norris guessed Warco correctly.
Well done, Adrian. Okay. So,
Excellent.
Adrian, ping me an email with your address where you want your 5 funnels sending, or 5 party trumpets.
He's going to have so much fun with those.
Didn't we use those at the last Christmas party?
No. Well, I didn't.
No.
I don't know what you were doing at the last Christmas party. So, next question is a video question. I'd like you to identify this airfield, please. And this is not a spot prize, so just write it on a piece of paper. Here you go. There you go. Do you want to see that once more, do you think?
Was that identify the aeroplane, did you say?
The airfield.
Oh, that's all right. Cool.
There you go.
This quiz is hard.
Yeah.
Well, oh, there you go. So, next question. This is quite a hard question, I reckon, although I suspect there's someone who might get it right.
I think someone's got it right already.
What, the airfield? It's not a spot prize. Don't write it down. Which aeroplane is this then? Again, not a spot prize, so don't write it down. All right,
Yeah.
that's all you're going to get of that one.
And there was a terrible travesty in the first spot prize awarding. Paul Lawrence got Waco before Adrian. So Paul, we'll send the funnels to you, which is good.
We've got enough.
Adrian says he hasn't got an aeroplane.
Okay, well, you got to start somewhere. You might as well start with a funnel.
That's it, Paul. Your funnels.
What have we got? Okay, where have you heard this before? This is one of the audio questions. Again, it's not a spot question, so write it on your piece of paper.
8 miles, turn right to heading 044.
Okay, you're going to play that once more.
8 miles, turn right to heading 044.
Okay.
Just got it.
Come on. It's an easy one, people.
I'd be terrible at this.
It's an easy one. Right, spot prize time again. It's so exciting. What's the next spot prize? What are we going to... Oh, yeah. We're going to give away, thanks to our friends at Pooley's, a diary for 2021.
What's one of those?
This is like it's a book. It's a bit like a book. It's got a tube map in the back for when you can go back to London and stuff.
Right.
And like numbers and things. But it's got what it has actually got is tons and tons of really useful aviation information in it. So that's thanks to our friends at Pooley's. And the question is, when was the first Pooley's flight guide published?
Gosh.
I know. Come on, this is not a spot prize, so take a stab at it in your piece of paper and go for that. Thank you very much. And let's scroll down. The next one's a video one. Okay, this is another identify the airfield one. So which airfield is this? It's not Bethlehem. I'll play it once more. Excellent. There you go. Easy peasy airfield.
Yeah.
Easy peasy one. Right, next one. This one's a little bit tricky. I'd be surprised if anyone gets this next one here. So what's this all about? What's going on here?
That's got to be some designer on drugs.
No, I think it's a food processor or something.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Oh, now this one, I reckon this one could be hard. This next one. So this next one's an audio track. And there's actually 2 questions in this. It's played 3 times. There's a little horn in between it, so you can actually divide it up. So because this one was actually quite hard. So I want to know which runway is being spoken about and how far away are they from this runway?
8 miles.
No, I got that one wrong. This is the one I meant to play.
De Gaulle Tour, bonjour, France 76 Fox Victor, 27 droite, 12 nautique. De Gaulle Tour, bonjour, France 76 Fox Victor, 27 droite, 12 nautique. De Gaulle Tour, bonjour, France 76 Fox Victor, 27 droite, 12 nautique.
There you go. A little bit tricky there, but two answers we're looking for: which runway and how far. So now moving on to a really easy one. All we're looking for here is who said this. Everyone had a chance to read that? That's got to be easy, hasn't it? So
for once, I got an answer.
Brilliant. Right, okay, this next spot prize for people here. So spot prize, we need the answer in the comments to win this. This is a pair of Bose electric sunglasses.
For a moment, I thought you might say headset.
No.
That'd be an amazing spot prize.
Those electric sunglasses, I think they're worth about 240 quid. They're kind of Bluetooth sunglasses. They play music. They've got a microphone in. You can, and the only reason I'm giving away and not keeping them is because they're not prescription sunglasses, which someone as old as me needs. So fantastic pair of sunglasses, and we had these on the show a little while ago. These are basically being given away. If you have to buy a new set of Bose A20s at the moment, you get a set of these free. So what do we need to know for these? We need these answers in the
comments.
In the comments. So here you go. Who are these two people? Pretty damn easy question, I reckon. Who are these two people? Any comment action going on there, Ed?
I did not yet. I haven't seen any answers yet. David Eads asks who won the diary. I'm not sure because I don't know when. I didn't have that answer from Ian, and I didn't want to guess.
Oh,
just if someone had it.
That's a good point. Have we had any
We
diary?
have dates.
What
we may
have
have
we got?
to go back to that.
Okay, well, let's deal with this one first, then we'll go back to the diary. I knew there was a error in there somewhere along the way. Have we got any guesses for this at all?
Yes, there's quite a few.
have.
Yeah.
And Roger Breckel is the winner.
Is he?
Yeah, Roger Breckel correctly guessed. It's Ed and Dave.
Except it's not.
I'm in the colour photo.
Except it's not Ed and Dave.
It's not me.
Isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
So I told Ian that I was born before there were cameras made. So.
Well, in that case, it's going to be Paul Sen-Gupta.
Well done, Paul. Pair of sunglasses for you. I was going to put a picture of an Edwardian baby for you, Dave, but I didn't. Okay, so next one. Should we deal with the diary? Sorry,
Yeah.
not the diary.
Tell me when the diary. Tell me when Pooley's was first published, and I'll look through the dates and see if I can find the nearest.
1962.
1962. Carry on, and I'll report back.
Okay, I shall carry on, and we are moving down. We are looking for you, and we're back to putting these bits on a piece of paper now. Filling in the missing name, please.
It was a time of heroes, daredevils, men who lived only to fly, and one of them was...
There you go. What name goes in there? Pretty much everyone should get that, I reckon, don't you?
So I don't think I can find 1962. However, Arton Smith came up with 1963, and he appears to be the closest.
I think Paul Fraser Benison and Will Davey.
No.
Oh dear.
Oh well, we'll adjudicate that. We'll adjudicate and
the stewards will look at that after the race.
There'll be a stewards inquiry, even if Dave and I get sacked.
Okay, which airfield's this? This is a bit of a toughie. But which airfield is that? And yes, the approach does look a bit high, doesn't it?
And not to the runway.
Not to the runway either, yeah.
Landing on the
anyway,
ramp.
It all worked out. Okay, which runway is that? And there you go. And you got that on a piece of paper. Let's move down back to the video. I want to know where this is, please, people.
Well, that's...
What? You can't say where it is, Dave. Okay, what have we got now? We've got another... we've got another spot prize. And this time, from Pooley's, we got a key ring thing that says, "Kiss me before flight."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. It's not "kiss me before flight," clearly. And what is the question on "kiss me before flight"? Yep, I need you to identify this airplane in the comments, please.
Easy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Who's going to be the first?
Do, 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 do.
I'm refreshing. I'm refreshing. Carol Tasola says, "How can we kiss from 2 meters away?" That's a good point. Kia Williams is a winner.
Well done, Kia. You can have this. I never get that left and right thing sorted out.
Yeah.
There you go. So now back to your piece of the paper, please. We got the question is, what is this airplane? Could you identify this, please? There you go. Okay, we are nearing the end of our quiz. We're coming up to question 18. And I want to know which test track this is. It's a toughie. I'll give you that. It's a toughie, but it's it's once a year Christmas quiz. We've got a reputation to build here. We're not giving away diaries and stuff like that for nothing, are we? I mean, come on.
It looks foreign.
It does look foreign. Spooky, that. Okay, and another identification quiz. Which aeroplane is this?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No one's going to get that.
Well, you never know, do you? If you read Flyer and you read it again and again, you might get it.
True. True.
It's been featured in Flyer.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, which brings us to our very last question, which also comes with a spot prize. And I'm sure I can. How did we do that? Oh, I've missed a question. I can't believe it. I'll come back on that one in a minute. Okay, yes, this spot prize for this one. This is so you can prove to people you're a pilot. You've got some 4-bar epaulets. 4-bar epaulets. I mean, Poolies did actually send this thing through that said pilot. I mean, but he would want something with pilot written on it, for God's sake.
Well, sure. You can you put the pilot tag on one shoulder and maybe 2 and have 10 gold bars on the other?
8.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a captain, because I can't add up.
Okay, which airfield is this, people? Okay, I'll play that once more. I need you to put this in the comments. There you go. What have we got in the comments then?
I'm not sure. There's nothing so far.
Nothing in the comments. Come on, people.
Not so far. But we are buffering for the internet.
Okay.
John O'Holland says, "Oh wait, yeah." And actually, you know which airfield it is, and Dave and I don't.
That's true. Yes. Well, are there some answers?
So John O'Holland says Bournemouth. Chris Winch says Biggin.
Yes,
Biggin. Chris Winch, congratulations. You can be the envy of all your friends with 8 bars.
There you go. No.
Paul Fraser Benison got it before Chris Winch.
Oh,
no.
So close for those bars. Well done, Paul. Okay, last question. I don't think we had question 5. I don't know how I managed to skip this one out. There's two points available here, and the question is, what's the type, and more importantly, what's the make of the avionics? So it's a pretty tough one, but let's see if anyone gets this. I got a feeling someone will. There you go.
Easy.
There you go. Easy. So easy. Write that down and tell us. So, hope you all got the stuff. Get your pieces of paper. Get ready to get marked, and we're going to just have a quick run through the answers. So, score yourself 1 point, unless I say it's 2 points. Then score yourself 2 points, and then we'll see how you do at the end. Yes, I know it's all about honesty, but you're pilots, so clearly you're honest, aren't you? Okay, question number 1. Which type is that? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ed, I'm sure you know this one.
It's got to be an Islander, surely.
It is a Britten-Norman Islander. Well done. If you've got Britten-Norman Islander, stick it down there. If you got Islander, stick it down there. I'm not sure if I'm going to accept it if you got Trilander down there, but I'll go for Islander. No. So the oil filler winner won this one, and we know that one was the Waco, don't we?
We do, yeah.
So no point in marking that one. And then nice river in the. Oh, I've still got the Waco up. Let me get rid of the Waco. There you go. Nice sea in the background, bit of a river. Any guesses on which airfield that was?
Southampton.
Southampton. You've got it. Nailed it. Well done. Okay. Which aeroplane is this?
Ooh. I'm going to guess and say is it the Liberty?
It's the Liberty XL2. Well done.
No.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good. Right. We're gonna. What? Sorry.
The no knee room.
The no. It was a little bit small. Indeed.
Well, you look how deep that panel is. You just, yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So going back to the question we've just had, question 5. Avionics.
What? We lost you there. You muted yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay, 2 points. 2 points for that. 1 point for the type, 1 point for the avionics in there.
Cirrus Avidyne.
There you go. That's Avidyne's R9, which never really took off, did it? So,
yeah.
So there you go. Where have you heard this before?
8 miles, turn right to heading 044.
Is that the space shuttle?
No.
No.
No. Oh, here's the answer in video for you.
8 miles, turn right to heading 044.
It's airplane.
Airplane. My God.
Yeah.
What film is that? Yeah.
So, number 7. When was the first Pulis published? Well, we know that's 1962. So I'll be coming up to the 60th anniversary, won't it? Is that right? Who knows? Whatever. Which airfield is this?
The hangars give it away.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Is it it's infringement central?
It's infringement. It's that honeypot that teases you in. It's Farnborough. More infringement. So, what's going on here?
Right.
Is this Bell's answer to not having a tail rotor failure by having lots of tail rotors?
Yeah, it's basically Bell.
Yeah, it's electric.
It's electric. They went down the shop. They bought 4 DJI drones, stuck them inside these, gave the controller to the pilot. Went, there you go, mate. Fill your boots.
Yeah.
Okay, this was quite a tough one. I don't know if anyone got this. I'm going to take a guess and reckon Adrian probably got it.
Yeah.
But one more.
Dévol sur bonjour, Air France 76 Fox Victor, 27 droite, 12
Okay, I won't make you listen to it 3 times, but it's Air France flight going into Charles de Gaulle. It was going for runway 27 right, and it was 12 miles away.
Wow.
So one point for the runway and 1 point for the distance. So, anyone?
Who knows?
Who knows? It's Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, said that.
Yes.
Guy who wrote The Little Prince and all sorts of other things, and flew for the post office of Postal in France. We've already done the answer about who these people are, but that's no reason not to just put them up on screen for a little bit longer. That is not what Dave called it with. So me and Ed.
Wow. And that's not a full-size Piper Cub.
Yeah, right. Where are we? Who's the missing name?
It was a time of heroes, daredevils, men who lived only to fly, and one of them was...
Blimey.
Who was that then?
I'm not sure on this.
Dave, any guesses? It's the Great Waldo Pepper.
Ah, fantastic film.
Yeah, there you go. And this is going to be tough unless you've been there. Which runway am I a bit high for? This is Calvi in Corsica.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that way is Italy and France if you follow if you go that way. So that is Calvi, and where is this one?
It's just round the corner from your house, Ian.
It's around the corner from a lot of people's house. It's the Westbury White Horse.
Aha.
Westbury White Horse. We've already got, Keir has got the Kiss Me tag. And so we move on. So there you go. It is the Stitz DS1 Baby Bird.
Which is the world's smallest monoplane?
The world's smallest monoplane. 6'3" wingspan. The guy who's built it, whose name escapes me, his dad built the world's smallest biplane.
Uh-huh.
And it was donated to the museum after just 35 flights.
Yes.
Which is kind of an interesting commentary on it, I would guess.
Yes.
Not one I'd really lost after flying. This is a toughie. Think test tracks, think foreign lands. Where do you reckon? Anyone got any ideas?
In France somewhere?
It is in France.
Goodyear's place down near Marseille, isn't it?
Nope. It's Michelin's place at Clermont-Ferrand.
Ah.
Right.
There you go. And what type is this? Look at that mighty exhaust coming out the road tax there.
Yeah.
So that's a SAM.
Yes, Sam. Yes.
It was built by a French guy who went to live in Canada. Was trying to kind of commercialize it, but didn't have a huge amount of didn't have a huge amount of success commercializing it. And then it was bought by Zenair. Is it Zenair?
Yeah.
It was bought by Zenair, and they were going to make it, but never did.
Never did. And if you look at it, if you look at the website now, it says it is currently it's currently on hold, but with a 180 horsepower Lycoming.
Wow.
Which would be a tail dragger, which would be kind of interesting. But I kind of think at that point you might as well design it again.
You flew it, and it flew all right, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice little airplane.
It was like a modern Kit Bill Chipmunk.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got the last one, which was Biggin Hill, didn't we? So Chris Winch and Paul Fraser-Bennison and a few other people got that. So there you go. That's the end of the quiz. Congratulations, everyone, for taking part. If you'd like to tot up your scores and put the numbers in there, if there's no draw, we'll announce a winner. And if there is a draw, we've got a little tie break for you.
And if people are as good as maths as I am, then some people will be getting 80 out of 20.
Yes. I think you can. I can't remember what the maximum score is. I probably should work it out. I think it's 23 in total.
Uh-huh.
So have we got any scores arriving yet?
Yes. Yeah. Paul Sengupta says 8 points. Roger Breckle says 6 points. John O'Holland says 20 out of 20. I'm not so sure, Jono. Call me sceptical.
Show us your workings, Jono.
Yeah. Andy Kennedy says 2 points. Paul Lawrence says 6 points. John Whiten, 0. Come on, John, you must have got more than that. Adrian Norris got 11. Claire Bartlett says 7. Rich Hyler, 16. That's quite good going, Rich. Nick Orchard has my adding up. She's got 100 out of 20. John DeBank 8 says 8 tonight. Nigel Baston, I thought he said 21, but it's 2 exclamation point. Paul Sengupta says 9 points. John O'Holland has come clean and says 7. Paul Fraser-Bennison said, sorry, I'm so very drunk.
Excellent. Well done.
Good work.
Nice one, Paul. Good work.
Chris Winch says 8. Adrian Arnold says a very poor 4. Paul Johnson says 0. Mel Moxon says 8. Ed Ludlow says 8. I can't count, though, he says. PRS 00001 says 7.
Oh, dear. Someone's writing him.
That's quite a sinister username. Herbie Olszewski, sorry if I probably completely mangled your name, says a partridge in a pear tree. And I've not been drinking.
So we got 16, it seems to be the highest score so far.
16 might be the highest so far. Paul Lawrence says 7 after a recount. Stuart Roos, possibly the funniest answer. I did it by CA negative scoring, so minus 50.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll go with the 16 unless there's any other offers on 16. I'm guessing there probably won't be, but just for a bit of fun, given that it's the 17th of December, so first flight day today, so we all need to celebrate first flight day, the decider was going to be, there were actually 4 flights taken on the 17th of December, 1903. The first one, I think, was 120 feet or something like that. So if you add up all the 4 flights, how far did they fly in that day? So that's the question. Any guesses from you two before anyone out there quickly Googles it?
400 feet.
400
Dave
feet.
White says 117 years.
They didn't fly for 117.
You anticipated the question possibly incorrect, Dave.
Yeah. How about you, Ed? Do you want to take a guess at how many feet they flew on that through the 4 flights?
Is
on
it
the first
something like 450 feet?
No. The answer is 1,347 feet.
Wow.
So I think the first 3 flights were relatively small hops, 120, 175, and 200 or something like that. And then the last one was a biggie. So clearly figured out how to fly by then. 4 lessons, and they sorted. And gone solo with a time of 0 hours in their logbook. Well done.
Yeah, and to be fair, he went straight to exercise. I forget what the number is now. Is it 12A?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive. And when you think about it, 117 years to have gone from the Wright Flyer to spaceships, rockets that re-land back on Earth, and other. I'm not going to be unkind, and other aircraft. So we've done a lot in 117 years. Been a lot of going forwards and quite a lot of going backwards as well. So anyway, thank you very much for everyone for taking part. If you want a prize, please drop us an email. So you can drop me an email if you like. It's ics@seagate.aero, or put a message on here, tag me somehow, and we'll find you and send me a private message or something, and I'll get your prizes out. And if there's anyone else, we've probably got a few booby prizes. Actually, 2 lanyards could be the prize winner for the whole quiz, really, couldn't it? Because that's probably quite valuable. 2 lanyards and another branded oil filler. So well done, everyone. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna humour John O'Holland. He said, "Can we see Ian spin that red pom pom round his head before this ends?"
Oh, I can't.
There we go.
Have I got to do it like this?
Yeah, I think that's more than your neck can take, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's quite disturbing, that is.
I know, yeah. If anyone slow-mos that down, feel free to put it on YouTube.
That reminds me, Ed.
My famous lockdown hair shake.
Yeah, that's not seen the light of YouTube yet.
That's it, yeah.
That could be part of next week, the
review of the year. Yes, I fear I may have unleashed something there.
I think you have. So that all it remains is to say thank you very much for watching. It's been a long show tonight, almost an hour, which is a bloody long time. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. Hope you learned something that was a bit of fun, or not, as the case may be, even if I was being an idiot. And if you're not a member of the Fly Club, subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube later, click subscribe and the bell and all that stuff. Otherwise, thank you very much. Have a great Christmas. Enjoy your flying, and we'll see you all hopefully on the 30th of December for the review of the year. Same time, same place. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Dave. You can take the jumper off now.
This tin's really